"Bucephalus!" Sir Alex yelled, as he raced towards his horse standing regally in the meadow, wind rustling through his mane. For a moment, the black war-charger flicked his ears forward and back, then cantered toward him. Vaulting himself into the saddle, Alex turned to face the tree line and cued his mount to stop. His heart raced as he took gasping breaths, out of breath from his sprint through the trees. A massive reptilian creature snapped and snarled as it broke through the last of the underbrush of the forest. Its hide, covered in rough green and brown scales, glistened like snakeskin in the sunlight. Dark, beady eyes, deep set above a long, narrow snout full of jagged yellow teeth, locked on horse and rider. The dragon charged toward them on all fours. Its razor-sharp teeth gleamed in the morning light as its long, forked tongue flicked out, tasting the air. Alex held Bucephalus steady, waiting for the right moment. Letting out a snarl, the monster lunged and slashed at them with its claws. Bucephalus dodged and pivoted out of its reach, just like they had practiced. Alex pulled out his spear, readying himself for the dragon's next charge. He felt Bucephalus shift slightly under him as he angled the spear at the monster before them. Alex counted under his breath as he assessed the dragon's speed. He needed to time his attack perfectly. Alex aimed between its ribs where dark brown and green scales met lighter green and white skin. On a previous encounter, through sheer luck, he discovered dragons have a tough hide, but soft underbellies. Striking their underside, however, was no easy feat. Previously, Alex had fought several dragons alongside other knights. When he was summoned to fight this dragon, he rushed out without backup, praying this was a small one. He had tracked it to its den in the forest, and found this one stood over a meter tall at its muscular shoulder, and well over 3 meters long. The dragon charged again, but swerved at the last moment, making it impossible for Alex to hit his intended mark from this angle. His mind raced as he calculated tactics. They needed to wheel around to the dragon's side. If Bucephalus turned too soon, the dragon would simply pivot with them. If he turned too late, they would be within reach of its claws or teeth, a mistake that would prove deadly. Bucephalus backed up a few steps and let the dragon close the distance between them. With practiced ease, he wheeled away and lunged toward the dragon's side, sliding to a stop. At the same moment, Alex loosed the spear with their combined strength and momentum and struck the beast in the ribs with a thud. The dragon roared, toppling to the ground from the impact. Its tail thrashed as it clawed at the offending weapon stuck in its side. The spear shaft shattered. Alex had missed his mark, and the dragon was only wounded. Alex blew out a breath of frustration and patted his horse's shoulder. "Well, here goes nothing," he murmured, and unclipped his battle-axes from the saddle. He flung himself off his horse, hitting the ground at a sprint. Bucephalus cantered forward with his tail raised high like a banner trailing in the wind, drawing the dragon's attention. Blind with rage, the dragon snapped and lashed out at him, giving chase. Adrenaline racing through his system, Alex fought to control his breathing. He ran as quietly as possible through the tall grass while trying to stay in its blind spot and dodging its long tail. His steps faltered. For a moment, Alex doubted himself. His thoughts raced with worry for Bucephalus before he forced them away and redoubled his focus. "I can do this." Bucephalus turned to face the dragon and reared, kicking out his front hooves in defiance. The dragon roared in reply and crouched to attack,